Hello, everyone. Hello, Belen. I'm okay. I think I'm better, mostly, maybe. I'm okay. I feel fine today. I'll probably feel sick tonight, but I'm okay. I just ate some yummy food, so I feel better. So yeah, I'm here. Sorry I'm a little bit late today. I wanted to make some good breakfast. I made a quiche. It was yummy. Do you guys know what quiche is? I made a quiche with ham and spinach and red pepper and red onion and shallots and cheese and green onion. It was delicious. Yummy. It's like an egg pie. It's kind of like an egg pie. Yeah, really yummy. So I'm here. I don't think I'm going to be online too long today, though. I have a busy day today because I've been sick. Because I've been sick, I haven't done much for a couple of days. So I have a lot to do. So I'm going to be here for maybe an hour. And then I'm going to go do some work. Anyway, you're hungry? We'll make one. It's really not that hard, actually. Belen, I don't make quiches that often, but when I make one, then I remember it's actually really easy. It takes 30 minutes to cook. It takes 10 minutes to put together. It's not hard. Yes, I love cooking. Anyway, how's everyone doing? I don't really have a topic today. Today is Ooh, well, that's not right. It's the wrong name. Let me see. Why is it named the wrong thing? That's weird. Well, I don't know why, but my stream is not titled properly. But I can't change it, I guess. So, anyway, it's just a live stream for open questions about whatever. Yeah, no, this one is just eggs and milk and whatever ingredients, egg, milk, cheese, and then whatever ingredients, vegetables you have. I put red onion, shallots, red pepper, and spinach in it, and ham. Also ham. Yeah. And those ingredients are really good together. Yeah, super easy. Super easy. If you've never cooked before, I think a quiche is actually a pretty easy thing to start with. It's pretty easy to do, pretty yummy. So, yeah. If you don't eat ham, then leave the ham out. Or you can put some other meat in it if you want to put some other meat in it. Put sausage in it. Sausage is good in there too. Some kind of sausage. Chicken sausage, pork, lamb sausage, whatever you do eat, you can use that. That's another reason I like a quiche, because a quiche is kind of like an omelet. You can use whatever you have in the fridge. You can use it. Did anybody see the blood moon? Did anyone see the blood moon? Oh. Am I exhausted? No. No, I'm not feeling very energetic, but yeah. Is that cheese too much? Well, a quiche, the main ingredients of a quiche is eggs and cheese. So yeah, it's a lot of cheese. If you don't like cheese, then you won't like it. But cheese is good for you. I don't care what anybody says. Cheese is good for you. If you eat too much of it, you'll get fat. But cheese is delicious. It's healthy. It's good for you. Eat it. I don't want to live in a world without cheese. I need a haircut. But I'm kind of pushing my hair to see how long can I go without a haircut. I like to let my hair grow and then just see what happens. It's kind of fun to see, like, what will happen if my hair just grows. No, I'm not drinking bubble tea, just sipping cafe. 有时候我爱喝珍珠奶茶，可是现在就是冰咖啡。每天我喜欢喝冰咖啡。He asked me about drinking bubble milk. I said, no, I'm drinking coffee, iced coffee. And hello, Miriam. And Bellin, when you say I don't, you need to say I don't either. Okay? If you say don't, you don't use the word neither. Neither is already negative. So when you say don't neither, that's a double negative. So that doesn't work. So you can say I don't either, or you can say I neither, or neither do I. Neither do I like that thing. Okay? Common mistake. Common mistake. Hello, Crystal. And hello to my YouTube audience. So did anybody see the blood red moon or no? Would you like to see the blood red moon? A friend of mine took a picture of the blood red moon and it looks amazing. Look at this. Let me see, can I make that bigger? Whoops, let me try that again. Wait, hold on. Try now. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? A friend of mine took that picture. That's pretty awesome, huh? What does shoddy mean? Shoddy means bad craftsmanship. Something that was not built well is shoddy. So this table was built shoddily, with an ly, is the adverb form of shoddy. So this is shoddy, means it's not well built. This was built shoddily. Okay? It's usually talking about the quality of something, the quality of the way something is built, usually. Shoddy workmanship means, you know, they were building a house, but they were doing it as fast as they could, as quickly as they could, with no care. That's shoddy workmanship. No, not shady, shoddy. SHODDY. Anyway, there's the blood moon. Pretty awesome. And Crystal, I'm mostly fine. Mostly. Can you use it for clothes? Yeah. 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 You know, when you have a shirt that starts to fall apart, like the sewing, the stitching is not good, right? On clothing, sometimes a really good shirt, the sewing, the stitching will last many, many, many years. But a cheap shirt, the sewing will start to come apart very quickly. That's shoddy workmanship. Shoddy workmanship, shoddy craftsmanship, both can be said. Okay? A shoddy build, maybe, could be said. And then, like I said, there's also the adverb form of it. Shoddily. I'm fine, Crystal. You know, in life, there are many problems in life. My problems are not that great compared to most. Can it be used figuratively? Give me an example of how you want to use it, and I'll tell you if you can. I don't think we usually use it for figurative sense, but maybe you could. Usually it's used in a literal sense, but I suppose you could. Remember, Miriam, it's language. If you think you can, then you can. Miriam, by the way, there are some grammar rules in English that I don't agree with, and therefore I don't follow. Okay, there are certain grammar rules that I don't agree with, and so I don't follow them. Is that wrong? No, it's not wrong. It's not wrong at all. If you don't agree with the rule, then you don't follow that rule. Doesn't mean that it's wrong. So, for example, where should you put the comma when you're, if you have things in quotations, where should you put the comma? The rule says you should put the comma inside the quotations always. I think that's a completely ridiculous and stupid rule. Quotations are there to show a word. You should quote that word, and then the comma should come after the word, not inside. It doesn't make any sense to put the comma inside the quotations. It's logically stupid. So that's one rule. I do not follow that rule. I do not follow that rule. You don't get my live stream notifications. That's interesting. Huh. Well, today, Crystal, here's what happened today. You didn't get a notification today because I did have a live stream scheduled for today that was supposed to start at 10 o'clock. Okay? However, Hello Talk has a new rule that I always forget about. If you schedule a live stream, like if you schedule a live stream for 10 o'clock, I think if you don't start within 20 minutes of your scheduled time, it gets canceled. So I decided to start a little bit late today, and I didn't change the time. I just decided, okay, well, I'll just come late. And I forgot that they have a rule that if you don't start your stream within 30 minutes or 20 minutes, then they cancel it. So my stream today was scheduled, and you should have gotten a notification if I did start that stream, but I didn't, so it got canceled, and I started a new one, and there was no notification. It happens. So most of the time you should get notifications, but again, everybody, if you really want to know what time I'm here, then you should go to my website and look on my website at my calendar. Okay? But also remember that I do have a life And sometimes things come up, and sometimes I may not be able to follow my schedule. So, for example, if I have a student who wants to buy a lesson from me, if they want to schedule a lesson for this time, then I'm going to take their money and I'm not going to have a live stream, right? I need to make money, right? So, or if I have to do something for my parents, family, then maybe I cancel my stream or I'm too busy to do my stream. But I try to be here as much as I can. And from now on, if I can't make it to my stream, I'm going to make a post and tell you, I'm sorry, I won't be there, but I will tell you that you can go to my YouTube channel. Go watch my YouTube channel if I'm not there. What you saw was shoddy services regulation evidence. Let me think about that. Shoddy services, yeah. I think you could use it for services. For regulations, I suppose. I think it's not the perfect word for regulations. For evidence, I suppose. Yeah. So I think in a figurative sense, you can use it. There might be other ways that could be better to say that thing, but you can use it that way. In general, I think it's usually used in a literal sense, but I don't see why you can't use it to describe it that way. People will understand you. That's the point. If people understand you, then it's okay. Got it? Man, that quiche was so good. I want another piece now. Did anybody make it down to the White House to buy a car yet? Did you know that the White House is the newest car dealership in the United States? Donnie T, go down to Trump Automotive and see Donnie T. Get yourself a Tesla. He's such a moron. I figured out the best way to describe Elon Musk. I think that the best way to describe him is he is the dumbest smart man to ever have lived. There is no better way to describe him. He might have some intelligence in a few areas, but he's also one of the dumbest people on Earth about basic stuff. It's like he just, he didn't learn all the simple rules in life. Yeah, I know, Bellin. I shouldn't talk, but anyway, he's just not normal. And I like weird. I love weird people. He's not good weird. He's not good weird. He's awkward, strange, and maybe dangerous weird. Yeah. Yeah, me too. I'm very weird. I'm extremely weird. I love being weird. Weird people that's my people. He is not weird. He is awkward. He is awkward. There's a very big difference between weird and awkward. And rich people, the weirdness of rich people and the awkwardness of rich people is not the same as the weirdness and awkwardness of normal people. Right? Weirdness and awkwardness in normal people is just like a character trait. It's like an interesting affectation of their personality. But weirdness and when you're rich, weirdness and awkwardness are the product of your life. You are weird. Why are you weird? Because you have so much money that every decision that you've ever made in life has been nothing like anybody else in the world. So if your entire life, every decision that you have is different than everybody else, then you come out weird and awkward. And when the reason for that is money, then yeah, you're like an alien. And that's exactly what he is. He's an alien. And not a good one. To tie up loose ends. The phrase is to tie up loose ends. And yeah, it's common. Yeah. I think it's about... I think he was born different. Sure, he has autism. It's obvious he has Asperger's, he has autism. He's on the spectrum. And so that's one aspect of his weirdness. But no, the majority of his weirdness and awkwardness is just that comes from living in a bubble. It's the same reason why Trump is weird, because he lives in a bubble. When you live in a bubble, you can't be normal. And if you come out particularly weird, then it's very weird. It's very, very strange. Anyway. He was born weird, sure, but his entire life and every choice that has ever been made for him also made him weird. Yeah. All right. So what else should we talk about? Let's not talk about four-letter morons. Hello, Teacher Stephanie. Oh. I'm glad that spring is here. Can you guys hear the birds? I'm going to go for a hike later. My first hike of the year. And I think I will feel better after I go for a hike. Hello, Jessica. Hello, Amin. I'm mostly better. I'm mostly better. Thank you for the well wishes. I appreciate it. Maladaptive daydreaming as a topic. So daydreaming and maladaptive, meaning that you daydream too much and it's not in a particularly practical way. But daydreaming is almost never practical. Right? So part of the point of daydreaming is impracticality. As soon as daydreaming becomes practical, it's not daydreaming anymore, man. So, Sana, daydreaming can only be daydreaming if it's maladaptive. As soon as you make daydreaming into a productive activity, it's not daydreaming anymore. Right? It's been raining for 15 days. Wow, that sucks. Right now it is 18C here, Bellin, and it's going to be 24 today. And it's sunny. You've asked earlier if the word ultra-crepidarian is common. No, it's definitely not commonly used. Yeah, that's a very, very uncommon word that very few people even know the meaning of. And, you know, I don't think I've ever actually looked up the etymology of that one. I wonder if I can find that. Huh. Let me see something. Interesting. Yeah, it's definitely not a common word. Ultra-crepidarian, basically, guys, it just means that you're talking about stuff that you don't know about. It's outside the scope of your knowledge, right? So everything Trump talks about, ultra-crepidarian. But it's not a common word. It's not a common word. And ultra means beyond. Crepida means shoe sandal. Interesting. So it's an allusion to the remark ne supra crepidam sutor iudiar. No, what is it? Iudicaret. Oh, wow. So ultracrepidarian comes from a Latin phrase. A long time ago in Rome, they had a Latin phrase that was ne supra crepidam sutor iudicaret, which meant the cobbler should not judge beyond his shoe. It means that you shouldn't talk about things you don't know about. So in Latin, they had a phrase that meant that. And so ultra crepidarian just means that. Yeah. Ultra crepidarian. Yeah. And again, it just means that you're talking about, it means you're in the common way to say that, Crystal. If you want to know the slang way to talk about ultra crepidarian, we say he's talking out of his ass. He's talking out of his ass. That's what, you know, that's what ultra crepidarian means. Means you don't know what you're talking about, man. Stop trying to pretend like you have any idea what you're talking about. You're talking out of your ass. You're ultra crepidarian. I know it's not a very pleasant way to say it, but that's the way that we say it, really. Do we use supernatural? Yeah, we use that word, but only when we're talking about supernatural things. So it doesn't come up very often, unless you talk about ghosts all the time. And yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go get a hike, and I need some sun. I've had some winter depression, and I need to get out and get some sun. You want me to pronounce the word nothing. 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 So the TH is a silent, a voiceless TH. Na, and it's the what's that word? Oh, I always forget this word. Anyway, it's thing. It's just the word thing. Do you know the word thing? Put the word thing in the letters N-U, thing. That's how you pronounce it. You've heard the phrase bubble the way I used it. It's so to live in a bubble means that You live in a world where you only see the things you want to see. You only see the good stuff all the time. That's living in a bubble. Okay? And if you live in a bubble for too long, then you have a very strange way to see the world because nothing is real. You don't understand. You only understand what's inside your bubble. You can't understand things outside of your bubble. Bubble up is a little different. That would be more like a way to describe soda. The carbonation is bubbling up. You feel less confident speaking with natives because they often lack patience. How can you overcome this problem? Who are you talking to? Let me ask that. Bubble wrap. That's different, Miriam. Bubble wrap is the stuff we use for packing, right? The popping bubbles that you put around things to make sure they don't break, right? That's called bubble wrap. That's a very different thing. Bubble wrapping your children would be a figurative way of saying you're too protective. You're overprotective. My neighbor is cutting down a tree. That's what that sound is, if you're wondering what that sound is. My neighbor is grinding up a tree. So again, who are you talking to that you're not confident? You said you're not confident speaking to natives. What natives? On Hello Talk? Are these people you work with? This is people at school? Who? It matters. On Hello Talk. Oh, well, that's normal. You know why? The reason why is because the majority of people on Hello Talk have never talked to anybody from another country before. So yeah, you're right. They don't have any experience. And they don't understand how to speak slowly and clearly and simply. And many, many new people, especially if they're young, right? Young people are always so worried about looking cool. And when you're worried about looking cool, you're worried about sounding cool. So you use stupid words when you speak, right? They use slang because they think it makes them look cool, but no, it doesn't. Slang is cool when you use it in the right place, but if you're talking to someone who doesn't understand your slang, then it's stupid. So, when you're speaking to people on Hello Talk, the first thing you should do is choose good people. That's a good rule for life. Don't just talk to anyone. Talk to someone good. And guess what? Unfortunately, it's not so easy to find a good one. Okay? It's very easy to find somebody who is not a good partner. It's not an easy thing to find someone who is a good partner. Okay? So, what I would say is, when you're talking to people on Hello Talk, be selective. Talk to many, 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 many people. If you talk to 100 people, you will find 10 who are good. Yeah, that's right. 90 of them will be bad. 90 of them will be bad. 10 will be good. That's life. That's life, okay? And then you should just tell them. When you speak to someone new and they've never spoken to a non-native before, someone from another country, then you should say, please speak slowly and simply and clearly. Just say that in the beginning. Tell them, I am a learner, so I need you to speak slowly, simply, and clearly for me, please. Okay? Don't, if they're saying, yo, 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 what's up, my brother? Then you're talking to the wrong person. They're trying to be cool. They're not trying to have a conversation, a real conversation. They're desperate for attention. Okay? So you're saying not here on Hello Talk. Okay, then again, who are you talking to, though? If you're talking to people in your city, then yeah, you should just politely ask them to speak slowly and clearly and simply in the beginning when you first meet them. Yeah, okay, if you're on Hello Talk, then yeah, it's just a matter of numbers. 90% are not going to be good. 10% of people are serious. 10% of people are patient. 10% of people will try to help you. 90% are lazy. 90% are desperate to look cool. And 90% don't know enough to help you. Okay? All right, let's see. I missed a couple questions. You heard the sentence in the series, scrambling to tie up loose ends. So, yeah, in this case, to tie up loose ends, it means to try to finish things that you still have unfinished, right? So, maybe, Miriam, you're getting ready to move to a new country, okay? You're moving to a new country, so you have to change many things, right? You have to quit your job. You have to get all your things ready to be moved, right? You have to talk to your friends and your family and make arrangements for anything that you're finishing there. That is called tying up loose ends. Okay? It means finishing anything that needs to be finished before you go, before you do something else. Okay? Yeah. In TV shows, they often use this when they're talking about crime, right? So, for example, if you commit a crime, like you rob a bank, right? And there are 5 people who rob the bank, right? One guy will kill the other 4. Why? Because he's tying up loose ends. What that means is he robbed a bank with 5 guys. If he kills 4 of them, they can't say anything to anyone. So there's no way he can get in trouble later. So it's all tied up. It's all finished. Nothing to worry about anymore. Okay, so those are the 2 ways it's used. One is used to talk about finishing things that you need to finish before you do something else, like moving or whatever, right? Changing jobs, right? If you change a job, the boss will say, hey, have you wrapped up everything? Are you ready, to leave, or whatever? And you'll say, yeah, I've tied up all the loose ends, which means that anything that you were working on, you finished it or you gave it to someone else to do, right? So it's taken care of, okay? A lot of swearing as well. That's true, yeah. Guys, the truth is that in my real life, as a real person, not teacher Mark, but just regular Mark, yeah, I swear. I do swear. Maybe I shouldn't anymore, but I do swear. They're colorful words. I like colorful words. And sometimes I think that swearing, sometimes I think it's appropriate occasionally, not always, but occasionally I think that level of intensity of language is required. Can you use the blind leading a blind for ultra crepidarian? No. The blind leading the blind means this person doesn't know anything about it, and they're telling somebody else who also doesn't know anything about it. So ultra-crepidarian just means one person is talking about stuff they don't know about. They're talking about everything that they don't know about. They sound like they know about it, but they don't know what they're talking about. That's just one person. The blind leading the blind would be two people. Both of them don't know what they're talking about. Okay? Any advice for you with your insecurities when you speak English? Lynn, I talked to you before. You sound fine. What's your problem? Why are you insecure? My advice, Lynn, don't be insecure. There's no need. You sound fine. Relax. Okay? I'm fine, JM. Fine enough. Liability? No, liability is different too, Sana. Liability means if someone is liable for something, it means they're responsible for either the outcome, the reaction, or the results of something. The director was scrambling to tie up loose ends. Yeah, so that would mean the director was leaving or something, right? Maybe the director is moving to another country or moving to another job, right? And so they need to finish anything that they were doing. They were the director. They have to finish things before they leave. That's tying up loose ends. Okay? That's all that means. It means making sure you don't leave things unfinished. That's all. Okay? Okay. Wow, it's already been almost an hour. Like, finish the season soon in the show, and show the end of the series. I'm not sure. I don't understand that last part, Miriam. Can you try to explain that more? Day wants me to pronounce the words reality, reliable, and realize. So let me say them to you slowly 3 times. Reality, 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 reliable, 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 realize, realize, realize. Okay, realize. Tying up loose ends. Before we move on to the next phase, we need to tie up some loose ends from the previous project. Or, I need to go to the bank to tie up some loose ends before I leave for vacation. Or, the lawyer is going to meet with the client to tie up some loose ends in the contract. Or, the final chapter of the book is designed to tie up all the loose ends from the plot. So, if you're reading a book and there are many things that you don't really understand, right? But then at the end of the book, everything becomes clear. Oh, they tied up all the loose ends. So when you were reading the book, there was something that happened that you don't really understand. Why? What's that about? That's a loose end. So when at the end they explain everything, now you understand. They tied up all the loose ends. Okay. Right. That's correct, Miriam. Now you have it. Yeah, that's right. You want me to read the word conversation. 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 You're welcome, Yuko. Anyone else have any questions for me? If not, then I might go here pretty soon. If you didn't follow me already, you can follow me. Go to my website. Follow me there first. Whoops, not there. Go here. Go to my website. And here's my YouTube also. Yeah, thank you, Sana. I'm lucky because right outside, I can walk outside, and right outside in the back, there's forest. So I can just go in the woods and enjoy. Yeah. Min, I have a lot of work to do because I've been sick, so I have to work on my computer a lot today, but I also want to go out and get outside and enjoy the nice weather. I'm going to go for a hike. Daisy, you want me to help you with pronunciation? I can help you with that, Daisy. Can you tell me more about your problems? So, what's the difference between do you see my laptop and did you see my laptop? Do you see it? It's now. Now, do you see my laptop? Do you see my phone? Do you see it? That's now. 现在是的. Okay? Did you see my laptop? 这是过去式的. Have you seen my laptop? 这是一般一般. Okay, that means have you seen it in the past at any time until now? Have you ever seen my laptop? Okay, have you seen it anywhere in the past until now? Okay, so do you see 现在式? That's one time period. Did you see 过去式? That's one time period. Have you seen? That's two time periods in the past until now. Okay, Lei? So Daisy, when you say you have a pronunciation problem with can and can't, Daisy, do you mean you don't understand when people say that word, or do you mean you have trouble saying that word? Do you have trouble hearing that word, or do you have trouble saying that word? Both. Okay. So if you have trouble saying that word, that's not hard. All you need to do is spit. Okay? Watch me. Daisy. Can. And can't. Somebody in front of you should be going like this because you're spitting all over their face. Put the T on there. Can't. Okay? There's a hard T. Put it on there. Okay? Now, when you're listening to people, even natives, sometimes my father will say something like, I'll say, "Can you pick me up for work tomorrow?" Okay? And he'll say, "I think I can." And I'll say, "I'm sorry, did you say can or can't?" Because sometimes we can't hear that very clearly either. So what do? That's what you should do. You should say, "I'm sorry, did you say can or can't?" That's exactly what you should do. That's what we do. Anytime you can't understand that word, ask. Okay? It's that simple. Are the words of C1 level used more in street and daily life, or B1 and B2 level words are enough? I would say B1 and B2 level words are most of what we use in daily life. C1 and C2, that starts getting into more formal, more academic language. Okay? It's good, but C2 level of language is academic level. It's the truth is not everybody needs that level of language. Okay? So I would say B2, B1, B2, that's the majority of the words that we use in speaking. Okay? C1, there are some words there that are very common too also. And yes, Iris, I am a teacher. Have you seen something? Does that imply something's lost? It could imply that. Lei, have you seen my dog? Yes. Have you seen my homework? Yes. That means it's lost. 我找不到. Okay? Have you seen my dog? 我找不到我的狗. Okay? I don't know where it is. Okay, I lost it. Okay, have you seen it? Yeah. "这个你看不看?" Right? Something like that. Have you seen it or not? No, Sana, I don't think "have you seen something" doesn't imply that you saw something you were not supposed to see. It would only imply that if somebody looked at you and they look like they're asking you, "Did you see something you were not supposed to see?" Right? So if I look at you and I say, "Have you seen anything? Have you seen something?" If I look at you and I look like this, yes, then I'm saying, "Shh, shut your mouth. You didn't see anything." Okay? But no, in general, when you say, "Have you seen something?" it doesn't mean something you were not supposed to see. It just means, I lost something. Have you seen my iPad? Have you seen my wallet? Have you seen my keys? Have you seen my whatever? We use this very commonly. Anytime we can't find something, that's what we say. I can't find my wallet. Have you seen it? Okay? Okay, hello, Brenda. Dahlia says I have problems with the pronunciation of TH words like 33 through exam. So, Dahlia, this is very common for people from Spain, or I'm sorry, Spanish speakers, not from people from Spain. Spanish speakers often have trouble with the TH, okay? You should practice many TH words. Start with so words like the ones that you're talking about, 33 and through, those are the voiceless TH sound. There are two ways to make a TH sound. Voiceless, which is those words like thank you, 33, through, okay? Thought, those are all voiceless TH sounds, okay? So you should make a list of words like that and practice them every single day and exaggerate when you practice. And, Dahlia, this is the most important part. If you have trouble making a sound, when you practice that sound, you must make that sound longer. Okay? Listen to me. If you're trying to improve your pronunciation, if your sounds are short, then you have no time to improve. It happens too fast for you to improve it. But if you're having trouble with the TH sounds, then when you say the word thank you, 30, 3, through, I pull the sound. I pull the sound so that you can practice it and feel it and make sure your brain knows what you're trying to do. If you say them quickly, you have no time to learn. You have no time to improve. Okay? Is there a difference between can you see a laptop and do you see a laptop? Yoshiho, yeah. Sometimes there's a difference. Sometimes there's no difference. Sometimes can you see and do you see means the same. Kaima, kaibu kai. Okay? Can you? Are you able to? Okay? So sometimes it means the same thing. Sometimes it's more like, let me think about that. Let me check something. One moment. One moment. I'm asking ChatGPT a very interesting question that will help you. Okay, so the difference between can you and do you, can you see and do you see, is similar to Chinese, 可以, 你可以, 你能. Okay, 这是差不多的. All right, so for example, 能, 你能, that's the ability or capability. Are you able to do it? Okay, do you have the ability to do it? Okay, so can you see is kind of like ni nung kan ma. Okay, but do you see is more like ni kai kan ma. Ting dong ma. So can and do are kind of similar to kai and nung in Chinese. How can you practice shadowing? Shadowing, there's only one important part of shadowing. Choose someone good to shadow. That's the only part that you need to worry about. If you shadow someone who's not good, then that is not good. And lei, that's right, it is no big difference. Okay, 有时候就是差不多的意思，都可以说，都可以的。Okay, can you see my laptop? Do you see my laptop? 就是差不多。Okay, 一样的。Okay. What about AJ Hoge? Masood, I was explaining a similarity to English and Chinese, so you don't understand because I'm explaining something that has to do with Chinese language and English language together, so don't worry about it. It's not important for you. Okay? Can I say don't rush to you? Is it polite? You can, but take your time that's the most common way that we say. Okay? Chabador is about the same. About the same. Okay? Close enough. Close enough. About the same. Same thing. Okay? Chabador. All right? Don't rush would be a little stronger than take your time. Take your time is the most common thing that we say. Right? Yeah. Okay? About the same or close enough. Okay? Hello, Noah. Interesting introduction. Ulfat, did you have some question about AJ Hoge or what? Why did you mention AJ Hoge for some reason? What about him? So, to explain more clearly, 可以 is more about permission, right? Are you allowed to or not? Okay, so if I say, "Can you see my laptop?" That's different than saying, "Are you allowed to see my laptop?" Right? So, can you could be, "Are you allowed to?" All right. Oh, you were asking if AJ Hoge is good for shadowing? Sure. He's famous. He's more famous than I am. So sure, why not? Ad hoc. That comes from Latin. Ad hoc means for this. Okay, for this purpose only. Okay, that's what the original meaning of ad hoc means. So an ad hoc committee would be a group that you put together just for this purpose. Okay, so when you do things ad hoc, it means that you're doing them It can be used as an adjective or an adverb, okay? And it's used to describe some solution that you just came up with that's not part of the original plan, or maybe it's a solution that will only happen when you finish the goal. That's ad hoc. Okay, so sometimes we say ad hoc means that you didn't take enough time. You did things too quickly. You had an ad hoc group to talk about things, but that's not it wasn't formal enough. It was too spontaneous. It was too quick. You didn't prepare, so it wasn't good enough. Okay, so sometimes when we say ad hoc, it implies that you didn't do things as well as you should. Okay, and sometimes that it implies that you are only trying to fix a problem temporarily. So an ad hoc solution would be it's a solution for now. Okay, but it's not a permanent solution. Okay. Thank you, Sana. Can I explain double comparatives? Sure. Double comparatives are like the more you study, the smarter you get. So more and smarter. That's a double comparative, right? So the more you study, the smarter you get. Or the easier the test is, the longer students will wait to prepare. Okay? Or the harder the test is, the more time the students will take to prepare. Or the faster the car is, the more dangerous it is to drive. Those are double comparatives. So you say one thing that is the more the blah, 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 then the more the blah, blah, blah. Okay? It's a formula. Okay? Do you understand? All right. Are there any final questions before I go? Are there any final questions before I go? And I'll let you guys take a look at my delicious lunch and the blood red moon one more time. Here's my lunch. I had a delicious quiche for lunch, which I made, and it has cheese and ham and red pepper and red onion and shallots and spinach. It was yummy. That's called a quiche. It's a French word. It's like an egg pie. It's a delicious egg pie. And then here, look at that. That's the blood red moon. Let me make it bigger. Beautiful, right? Wow. My friend took this picture. Isn't that amazing? Can I explain the difference between furthermore and moreover? There is no difference. Lotus, there is no difference. Okay, not really. Those are words that are used in writing to add to something. You want to make another point. So, furthermore, I blah, 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 blah. Moreover, I blah, 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 blah. There are many ways. We only say furthermore and moreover because we don't want to continue to say furthermore. Furthermore, I believe that blah, 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 blah. And furthermore, I believe that blah, 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 blah. And furthermore, I believe that blah, 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 blah. No, we say furthermore, I believe that blah, 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 blah. Moreover, I believe that blah, 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 blah. Also, I believe that blah, 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 blah. right? There are many ways to say it. Okay, but Lotus, there is no effective difference that you need to worry about between furthermore and moreover. Okay? There is no topic because I'm about to go. Unfortunately, Nahum, you're late. And Juan Jose, you're late. I'm just leaving here. I've been here for an hour and 17 minutes. So I'm going to go now. It's almost 12 o'clock. I have some stuff to do. Okay? So, make sure you follow. Here's my website. Here is my YouTube. Make sure you follow. Come back and see me again. Okay? Thank you, Hamid. I try. Okay, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. Okay? Okay, thanks for coming. Thanks for following. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.